Hello, my name is Lars Helgeson. I am the founder of GreenRope, and I'm glad you've taken a few minutes to sit down and find out more about GreenRope and who we are and why we do what we do. We started back in 2008 as a software solution targeted towards small to mid-sized business. Our primary focus was on creating a software solution that would do two things. One, save you time, and two, save you money. Because ultimately, as entrepreneurs, those are the things that are in the most demand for us. I, being an entrepreneur myself, have gone through many struggles of trying to figure out how do I use software to make my life more efficient. And as we started to learn about these things and figure out how we can tie a lot of different pieces together, we realized that through an integrated solution, we can create something that can do both, something that can save both time and money. So we do more than just save. We also give you some power to give more revenue into your business. So we have revenue and we have savings. There are very few business owners that I know who wouldn't want to find ways to save time and money while also generating more revenue. You're going to see how we do that as GreenRope as I explain a little bit more about conceptually who we are and what we do. So really the core of what we have created comes down to a term that is relatively new, but is one that you will probably hear more of as you get further along in business, or you may have already seen this thrown around, but the term marketing automation. Really what marketing automation means is simplifying the way that you do business by turning some automated processes on to make things more automatic. So we'll start first with a very simple diagram of something you have probably seen before. And this is kind of what you call your typical sales funnel. So it looks like a funnel because you've got a lot of different things that feed into this funnel, all of these different sources of revenue. So this may be visitors from, this may be a website, this might be a pay-per-click campaign that's going to a website, this might be print, this might be a mobile campaign. There are a lot of different ways that people might find out who you are. It might be referral. But ultimately you have a lot of sources that are going to be finding out who you are, and your job as a business owner is to figure out how do I get as many of these as possible to the final goal here, which is to be a customer. Usually this represents someone who's paying you money, but not always, depending on what it is that you do. It might be, if you're a nonprofit, it might be donors, it might be people being involved in your organization. But ultimately your goal is to maximize this so that you get the highest quality customers, and you want to be able to identify where these people are falling out if you don't want them to fall out. So in the sales funnel, you might have people going to various different stages of a purchase process. At every stage, you want to figure out, how do I capture this person? How do I capture information so that just in case they don't proceed down the funnel, they're not lost. And so in all these different exit points from the funnel where they may not necessarily come to be a customer right away, you want to capture them. And so there are a lot of ways you can do that. You can send an email, you can send an SMS, you can just put them into a CRM. If you're not familiar with the term CRM, that's okay. Customer Relationship Management is what it means. It's a very commonly used term for essentially contact management with this ongoing relationship part where you keep track of what happens to these people as time goes on. Because there may be a point where maybe someone receives an email, maybe someone receives a text, maybe someone visits your website in the future, and you have an opportunity to change them from someone who might have been out here. You can bring them back in to your sales funnel. And if you can do that, then they go back into your sales funnel and you have the opportunity to create more revenue. So the goal here is to create a system where all of this happens automatically. And so there are a few terms that you'll probably hear us use. One is a drip campaign. So that's just a sequence of emails that shows up when you want them to. Maybe they purchase something from you, maybe they visit a website at some point, maybe they take an action on an email that you send them. But these are essentially a sequence of emails that you don't have to write. You do it one time and then automatically they get sent out to people when they need to. Another term you'll hear is autoresponder. This is as a result of someone filling out a web form. They can get a sequence of emails as a result of doing that. So these are just little examples of things that we can do. And of course, we've got newsletters and we've got surveys. We've got all kinds of different methods of reaching out to people. And the goal here is that whenever someone has left your funnel, you maintain a relationship with them. They may not have been ready to purchase at this phase. They may not be ready to purchase at this phase. It may take a long time. But if you can create automated processes to help someone follow through here, and then they become a customer, then you have attached your brand, your product, your service to who they are. Now, the nice thing about the way GreenRope works is that once someone becomes a customer, you don't just take their money and they disappear, because the most important value that you get from this customer is their relationship. I've heard small companies say that they feel like they don't have the time to go through and set up systems like this because they feel like, well, I'm too busy doing whatever it is that I do. And you may have heard the term thrown around. There's a book out there called The E-Myth. And when I read that book, I was surprised because there were a lot of examples that were in there of people that had gone down a business path where they didn't feel like they were appropriately armed with the right skills, the right tools to be able to do everything that it takes to run a business. And that may have been true back in the day. But I think now, especially with tools like GreenRope, this doesn't have to be a myth. It doesn't have to be an impossibility for you to be an entrepreneur. I believe there is such thing as the E-truth. And that is the truth that you as a business owner believe in what you do and that you can present the universe with a quality product or service that someone is willing to pay you to create. So the reason why GreenRope is actually here, it touches on time and money. It touches on these things, these ideas of having a sales funnel, capturing this customer and maintaining a relationship with them. And maybe this customer goes back up here and they go back through your sales funnel and you're able to cross-sell and upsell them different products or services. But really the core of what we have created here is the E-truth. The truth that you can be an entrepreneur and that you can be successful if you take the time and step back from your business for a little bit and take a look at these processes and create an automated way to create your E-truth. Thank you for taking some time to look at GreenRope. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email us at sales or support@GreenRope. There are other videos that you'll be able to watch that will talk a little bit more in depth about all of these different concepts. But I wanted to give an overview, something that would make you see that what we have created here at GreenRope is something of value and is something that you're going to want to take with you through the entire life of your business. We're here, we are your partner in business. Thank you.